The first thing we came across was these Pokemon primer sections for young kids, and if you do have children, I'd highly recommend it. They help with shapes, counting, spelling, you name it. My son has 2 of them and absolutely loves them. Great pickup for learning opportunities. Now every year when there is a Pop-Up Pokémon Centre, they do a theme, right? So last year's was all about Eevee and its evolution. Just a plug there for you to go check out last year's video. But equally, this year was all about Cerulean and Armarouge. They were plastered everywhere. They were on postcards, they were on posters. You can just see some of the sleeves and deck boxes that were on. Look at this lanyard, by the way. And again, got fans out there. But the main pickup that I did procure was one of these lovely TCG mats. I always love picking up the exclusive mats regardless, because it's just a lovely thing to have to the collection. Stunning. And right behind all of the TCG merch that we just went through, we found the One Company's Poké Ball collection. These are just absolutely amazing. Now, if you don't know what these are, the One Company have essentially created replica Pokeballs throughout the series. We have Pokeballs right through the Masters, Luxury, and they just keep growing the collection more. And if you do pick up one of these, I wouldn't recommend twisting your cap back and throwing them, right? They are not for that. Just keep them on their beautiful little podium for life. We then found the Squishmallows. Now these are just absolutely lush, man. They've got a wide variety at the moment with more coming down as well. We've got Dragonite. Sorry, excuse me, Piplup. I had to make sure it was true that they were squishy, but we've got Fuecoco coming, we have Bellybolt coming, one of your favourites must be here, so go grab one. And just like previous years, they had a huge TCG dedicated section where they went through the entirety of up-to-date Scarlet and Violet products right the way through Sword and Shield, actually, which was, I thought it was a little bit surprising. I generally thought it would just be all Scarlet and Violet, but it was refreshing to see that they still had a lot of the Sword and Shield era stuff there as well. They had from premium collections there, ATBs you can sell on screen, some of the Paldean Fates that had just come out as of when we were recording this, some of the premium boxes there. And they had on full display the Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic Collection. I've never seen this in person as well, so it was lovely to be able to see the contents of it, as well as all the decks that you get inside. Look at them promos, man, just woohoo, absolutely unreal. They had this lovely little section here that was purely dedicated to statues and really big collectibles, right? So you can see Champion Time Leon with his Dragon Pull, that was just a new edition that I just brought out. Latios and the Soldier, as well as this wonderful water sculpture with loads of water Pokemon. You can see the attention to detail is just superb. Arc is blasting us with Judgment, and there he is, which I picked up in the previous year, Leon and Charizard. But then look at this Pokemon chess set, by the way. Anyone care to have a game? And if we do, we have to use this one, right? We then found what I believe to be a new section, because I don't recall seeing these in previous years, but there was a Danielle Nicole / Pokemon crossover in the form of purses as well as backpacks as well. So you can see in the first display case here, we had Jolteon and Bulbasaur in full bloom. The backpacks were actually quite spacious, to be fair. Bulbasaur in these purses as well. You could fit all sorts of cards in there, to be clear. Not Pokemon cards, your actual debit cards. But there's even more here. You can see all the Jigglypuffs here. You can see Wooloo in a second. Anyone's dream about these bags, and if you collect bags, I would highly recommend it because they were impeccable quality. You'd love them. And then we were told that Team Rocket had taken over the Pokemon. No, of course they hadn't, but Pokemon had this wonderful Team Rocket merchandise line in the clothing space here. You can see that we had hoodies, we had sweatshirts, shorts, hats, you name it, body warmers. So if you're a Team Rocket person at heart and you want to represent, I'd highly recommend this range of clothing. The quality on them was just lovely. You get a great deal out of them. Now I must warn you, the next part of this video is not for the faint of hearted. It is literally all about Pokemon plushies. So if you love plushies, stay tuned. This part is absolutely insane. Let's have a look. Now the plushie selection that they had on display here at Pokemon, and it must have been the biggest part of the entire shop here. You can see all sorts. They had these larger starter Pokemon on display. Look at this Blastoise. Shout out to you, Milo. Shout out to you, my friend. The rest of it was just insane. Every starter was here. Every legendary was here. All on these larger ones. Now these plushies were very different to what I've seen in the past. While they were plushies, you could actually bend and move their arms into different positions, right? They had bins upon bins of them as well, and I absolutely love that you could see some of the Scarlet and Violet starters. There's my Rhydon in its motorcycle form, by the way, which is just a lovely touch, really, really nice. And of course, I had to show you the rest of the remaining starters. You see Chestnut and Hisuian Samurott there. Unfortunately, a lot of these were sold out by the time we got there, but I had to show you the Zordy boy. Look at this bad lad. Like the previous ones, you could amend his arms and put them into different positions, and he was quite a hefty Zordy boy as well, I must add, by the way, but a beautiful, beautiful piece. Now, we need to be really clear here, no Pokemon were harmed in the making of this particular piece, by the way, but look at all of these plushies that were in here. Just everyone's favourite must be on display. It's just a wonderful piece of art. And then, did you know that plushies were made to this size? I mean, good lord, just walking around here, I mean, you see that girl who's just patting the Piplup up there? They're absolutely huge. I mean, look at that good boy Arcanine there. The Lucario's absolutely massive. You can see this. That is a Wailord, to be very clear, sat on the top next to Slowpoke, just dozing there. And look at this Altaria, and I can very much confirm the clouds on Altaria are very, very fluffy as well. But Wailord just loving its best life. It looks so good. Hello, Altaria. Do you want to come home with me? We then found some more exclusive ones just around the corner here. You can see Charmander and what looks like a festive Pikachu. Oops, someone tried to catch Pikachu and missed. Maybe next time, young lady. Maybe next time. And then just look at the size of this huge, round, squishy sphere. I can confirm it is incredibly squishy as well. Someone needs to get this right. It's a huge beanbag. And right at the end, and after you'd paid, there was this huge coming soon section here. You can see the Squishmallow for Marill and Dragonite there, pins from throughout other generations, and these absolutely stunning bookends of Ho-Oh and Lugia. Any Johto fan's dream. Ogerpon in full display in its first plushes, and then look at this Snorlax Taillight Pumpkin set. I may have pre-ordered it already.